every German vehicle used during World War II. The Wehrmacht deployed an incredible array of armored fighting vehicles and support equipment throughout World War II, from the legendary Tiger tanks to Hummel supply trucks. Each machine played a crucial role in Germany's war effort. This is a complete breakdown of every major vehicle type that rolled across the battlefields of Europe and North Africa. Battle tanks. The Panzer Force. Panzer I. Germany's first mass-produced tank wasn't meant for frontline combat at all. Originally intended purely as a training platform, the diminutive Panzer I found itself thrust into real battle during the Polish and French campaigns. Its armor was laughably thin, and its armament consisted of nothing more than 2 machine guns mounted in a small turret. Speed and numerical superiority were its only advantages. Panzer II. Designed as a temporary solution while better tanks were being developed, the Panzer II ended up becoming the numerical backbone of the early Blitzkrieg campaigns. It mounted a 20mm autocannon capable of chewing through light armor and infantry positions. Though it became obsolete as the war progressed, its chassis found new life as the foundation for numerous self-propelled gun variants. Panzer 35. T. When Germany absorbed Czechoslovakia, they inherited a prize, well-engineered Czech tanks. The 35T featured exceptional build quality and an unusual pneumatic transmission system. It served with distinction in the early campaigns and can be easily identified in photographs by the distinctive spacing behind its road wheels. Panzer 38. Another Czech-designed gem. The 38 is often considered the finest light tank of the war's opening years. Its reliability was legendary, and its 37mm gun packed sufficient punch for its weight class. The robust chassis later became the platform for the famous Hetzer tank destroyer, proving the soundness of the original design. Panzer III. Conceived as Germany's primary anti-tank weapon, the Panzer III introduced the revolutionary 3-man turret crew concept that would become standard practice. This arrangement dramatically improved tactical efficiency by separating the commander's observation duties from the gunner's firing responsibilities. While its main gun eventually proved inadequate against heavily armored Soviet tanks, the Panzer III established the template for modern medium tank crew organization. Panzer IV. If any single vehicle could be called the backbone of the German armored forces, it's the Panzer IV. This was the only German tank to see continuous production from the war's first day to its last. Repeatedly upgraded with better guns and thicker armor, it fought on every front from the deserts of North Africa to the frozen steppes of Russia. Its adaptability and reliability made it indispensable. Panzer V. Panther. The Soviet T-34 shocked the Germans with its combination of sloped armor, mobility, and firepower. The Panther was their answer. Featuring beautifully sloped armor plating, excellent mobility, and a high-velocity 75mm gun, it could engage enemy tanks at extreme ranges. Early mechanical reliability issues plagued the design, but once sorted out, many experts consider it the finest medium tank produced during the entire war. Panzer VI. Tiger I. Few vehicles have achieved the legendary status of the Tiger I. Its massive, angular hull was protected by exceptionally thick armor, and its feared 88mm gun could punch through virtually any Allied tank at ranges they couldn't hope to return fire from. The Tiger was mechanically complex, maintenance-intensive, and slow, but when properly deployed, it dominated the battlefield. Panzer VI-B, Tiger II, King Tiger. The King Tiger represented the ultimate expression of German heavy tank philosophy. Weighing in at a staggering 70 tons, it married the Tiger's heavy armor with the Panther's sloped design principles. From the front, it was nearly invulnerable to enemy fire. However, its extreme weight shattered bridges, destroyed roads, and constantly strained its overtaxed powertrain. Tank destroyers and assault guns. StuG III. Sturmgeschütz III. By removing the turret from a Panzer III chassis and mounting a fixed gun in a low-profile casemate, German engineers created the war's most produced armored vehicle. The StuG III excelled in the ambush role, using its low silhouette to remain hidden until the perfect moment to strike. Originally designed as infantry support, it evolved into a deadly tank hunter. Jagdpanzer 38T, Hetzer. Small, angular, and extremely difficult to spot. The Hetzer was a cost-effective solution to Germany's need for more tank destroyers. Built on the reliable Czech 38T chassis, it featured heavily sloped armor and even mounted a remote-controlled machine gun for defense. Its compact size made it a nasty surprise for advancing Allied armor. Jagdpanzer IV. German tankers nicknamed this vehicle Guderian's Duck because of its distinctive nose-heavy appearance and ungainly movement. Despite the unflattering nickname, the Jagdpanzer IV was a formidable defensive weapon, mounting a powerful long-barreled 75mm gun in a low-profile hull that could be easily concealed. Marder II. As German tanks encountered increasingly tough Soviet armor, desperate measures were needed. The Marder II mounted a captured or German anti-tank gun on the chassis of an obsolete Panzer II. The gun crew sat in an open-topped fighting compartment with minimal protection, but the vehicle provided desperately needed firepower. Marder III. Using the Czech 38T chassis as a foundation, the Marder III mounted either captured Soviet guns or German Pak-40 anti-tank guns. Like its cousin, the crew was completely exposed to the elements and enemy fire. But the gun itself was powerful enough to destroy most Allied tanks it encountered. Nashorn. Rhinoceros. True to its name, the Nashorn was essentially a massive 88mm gun mounted on a lightly armored chassis. Protection was minimal. The vehicle relied entirely on its ability to engage and destroy enemy tanks from extreme distances before they could even see it. Jagdpanther. Many historians consider the Jagdpanther the single best tank destroyer of the entire war. It combined the excellent Panther chassis with the lethal 88mm gun in a well-armored, sloped casemate. The result was a nearly perfect balance of mobility, protection, and hitting power. Ferdinand, Elefant. When Porsche lost the Tiger contract, their rejected hulls were converted into the Ferdinand heavy tank destroyer. This massively armored vehicle featured an unusual petrol-electric drive system and was nearly indestructible from the front. Early versions infamously lacked any machine gun for self-defense, making them vulnerable to infantry attack. Jagdtiger. The heaviest armored fighting vehicle to see actual combat service, the Jagdtiger mounted a colossal 128mm gun capable of destroying any Allied tank from any angle at any range. However, its extreme weight made it a mechanical nightmare. Many broke down before ever reaching combat. Self-propelled artillery and anti-aircraft vehicles. Siege 33 auf Panzerkampfwagen I Bison. An early experiment in mobile heavy firepower, engineers somehow managed to mount a massive 15cm infantry gun on the tiny Panzer I chassis. The result was comically top-heavy and overloaded, but it did provide mobile heavy fire support during the early campaigns. Wespe. Wasp. The obsolete Panzer II found new purpose as the Wespe light self-propelled howitzer. Fast and mobile enough to keep pace with advancing Panzer divisions, it could rapidly deploy, fire a quick barrage, and relocate before counter-battery fire arrived. Hummel, Bumblebee. For heavier firepower, the Hummel mounted a 15cm howitzer on a hybrid chassis combining Panzer III and 4 components. It could deliver devastating indirect fire support but carried limited ammunition, requiring frequent resupply. Grille. Cricket. The Grille mounted a heavy infantry gun directly onto the Czech 38T chassis, providing infantry units with mobile direct fire capability for demolishing fortifications and strongpoints. Sturmpanzer IV Brummbär, Grizzly Bear. Nicknamed the Grouch, this boxy, heavily armored vehicle was purpose-built for urban warfare. Its short-barreled, large-caliber gun was optimized for demolishing buildings and blasting through fortified positions at close range. Sturmtiger. One of the rarest and most bizarre armored vehicles ever built. The Sturmtiger mounted a massive 380mm rocket-propelled mortar on a Tiger I chassis. It was designed to demolish entire city blocks with a single shot during urban combat, particularly during the Warsaw Uprising. Flakpanzer IV Whirlwind. Featuring a distinctive open-top turret housing 4 20mm anti-aircraft cannons, the Whirlwind created an impenetrable wall of lead against low-flying aircraft. It was equally devastating against soft ground targets and infantry. Flakpanzer IV Ostwind. East Wind. An improvement over earlier designs. The Ostwind used a distinctive hexagonal turret mounting a single powerful 37mm flak cannon. This allowed it to engage aircraft at longer ranges than the quad-gun Wirbelwind. Flakpanzer 38. A stopgap anti-aircraft vehicle mounting a single 20mm gun on the rear deck of a 38T chassis. The gun crew was dangerously exposed with minimal armor protection, making them vulnerable to strafing attacks from the very aircraft they were supposed to shoot down.